Well, first up on the show, the latest news coming in from the Iran Foreign Ministry that claims that the Hamas has said that they are willing to release all hostages if Israel stops pounding Gaza with airstrikes. That's the latest information coming in. However, the Hamas has yet to acknowledge this new information and development coming in this Israel-Palestine war. Meanwhile, the United Nations has warned that Gaza is being strangled by Israel's week-long siege and aerial bombardments. The death toll in the Gaza Strip has climbed over 2,700, while the Israeli authorities are claiming that 199 people are held hostage by Hamas in the region. The situation is dire as Israel's defense forces continue to urge people to evacuate northern Gaza. The Egyptian Foreign Ministry has said that Israel is blocking Egypt's Rafah border crossing with Gaza, where thousands have amassed in order to flee the Israeli deadline on coming into the Gaza Strip. And as we said, the latest is that Iran has said that there may be a potential deal on hostages being released if the airstrikes in Gaza stop. The fate of aid deliveries and evacuations of over 1 million people living in Gaza hangs in the balance as well. The UN aid chief is heading to West Asia to negotiate humanitarian aid being allowed inside Gaza. And ahead of his visit, the UN said that they were deep in negotiation with both sides. Egypt has blamed Israel for not making its position clear on opening the Rafah crossing from Gaza for entry or for exiting of people from the conflicted area. Amid Israel's vow to end Hamas, there is also risk of a long-drawn regional conflict. Diplomatic efforts to address the crisis are intensifying. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in Israel today and is currently meeting the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem. He is also expected to meet with the Israeli Defense Minister and the opposition leader Yair Lapid. This comes in the backdrop of his several meetings with Arab states over the past several days in what is being called America's shuttle diplomacy. The Israeli Defense Forces have blamed Iran for sidetracking its war efforts in southern Gaza by instructing Hezbollah to attack on the Lebanon border.
חיזבאללה מימש אתמול מספר פיגועי ירי על מנת לנסות ולהסיט את המאמצים המבצעיים שלנו מהדרום. זאת בהנחיה וגיבוי איראני תוך סיכון של מדינת לבנון ואזרחיה.
In response, Iran has denied these accusations by pointing the gun at U.S., saying that America should be held accountable for the Israel-Hamas conflict.
دولت امریکا باید پاسخگوی جنایات رژیم صهیونیستی باشد. این دولت آمریکاست که با تمام توان اکنون در حمایت از رژیم صهیونیستی علیه ملت فلسطین و ملت مظلوم فلسطین قرار گرفته. گسیل ناوگان نظامی به آبهای منطقه‌ای معنا و مفهومی جز حمایت یک جانبه و یک طرفه از متجاوز و از ظالم در مقابل مظلوم.
United States President Joe Biden has expressed his support for Israel but has warned that Israel's reoccupation of Gaza would be a big mistake. The siege, which has been criticized by human rights groups, came in response of a surprise assault by Hamas on 7th of October. This time, the time, of course, is ticking due to the lack of essential supplies in the region. The UN Palestinian Refugee Agency has said its aid workers will no longer be able to continue humanitarian operations in the Gaza Strip unless new supplies are allowed into the enclave. The conflict so far has claimed the lives of at least 4,000 people and continues to mount as time progresses. The WHO says 60% of casualties in Gaza have been women and children.